Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Baldur's Gate 3. Now, in the last episode, which was fairly lengthy, we experienced a number of new things. We encountered the tiefling Karlak, and she is indeed now with the party. We even met Will's patron Mizora. Now, I didn't speak up about it at the time, but this was a significant change from early access, and there could be two reasons for this. Firstly, in early access, Will had claimed that Mizora, his patron, was being held prisoner underneath Moonrise Towers. The fact that she was able to just appear in camp and vanish once again heavily implies that she is in no way imprisoned or restricted at all. There could be two reasons for this. Number one, hey, it's early access. They didn't want people to see her during the early access period. They wanted to keep that as a special surprise. And yes, the data miners found a character model, but they never really showed off much about what she was supposed to do as a character, right? So it could be that they didn't want people to experience her too early on. Additionally, Karlak could not join the party in early access, and so this whole interaction with Will wasn't available in early access at all. Now, they did say they had rewritten his story to make it more impressive and more interesting and more appealing, more deep, right? And something else I wanted to mention, I believe in the last episode, but might not have explicitly done so, is his eye.
A hero with heart.
So Will has one eye that is a different colour to the other, because it is a false eye. In early access, we learned from him that a goblin took his eye, and he wanted to get that eye back. It was a very personal thing. Maybe he thought he could somehow heal it up and get it working again. I don't know. But now we learn, in full release, that the prosthetic eye he has is a scrying device that someone else could be watching through. We blatantly think Mizora is the one who's likely to be watching through it, and she may have indeed implanted it as part of their deal. And that it's a special stone that was made in mountains hundreds of miles away, which means it probably didn't just get put in there a few days ago to replace it after a goblin took it. This is why I was reluctant to speak with him about the eye, because I knew it might conflict with what I already knew, and I didn't want it to conflict too much just yet. Now, the eye being a link to his patron absolutely better than just... Because in early access he came across as a bit pathetic with anger management issues, right? He wanted to be a hero, he'd failed numerous times, and then he'd made some deal with the devil to become the powerful hero he wanted to be. But he was doing it all for his willpower, for his own self-satisfaction, not for the actual good of others still. He was doing it for the adoration of others rather than the good of others. He was doing it for the reward rather than the need to do the deed itself. That has not been expressed now, and he may be a more selfless, heroic individual who's just made an unfortunate deal. It's also possible that his heroic reputation could be a boon granted by the demoness herself. She did say, let's see how people survive without their heroic blade of frontiers, when she changed his appearance and made him look more demonic and fiendish. Interestingly, his race hasn't changed to tiefling, it has remained human, and it's possible we may even be able to cure this condition and revert him to normally be a happy heroic person later on. Who knows? I suspect highly unlikely. Right. We came to this side of the river, and we're going to help Karlak defeat the fiendish cultists disguised as paladins who have come here to kill her because she abandoned her mistress. It's possible she lied and they actually are paladins and they don't know the situation here. Or that the demon put them up to it to chase after her. Additionally, we found the survivors of the Null attack on the wagon train Well, well, it's not really a wagon train, more hand carts, really. I don't think it might have been a wagon. And a few of them survived and made it off up into the hills up here and probably need our help. That being said, it's so lethal we had to rest, because everywhere this side of the river is high-level territory as far as we are concerned. We are under-leveled for this. We should probably be heading off to interact with the goblins and Auntie Ethel before we even consider crossing this bridge and coming to this side of the stream. It's not really a river, it's more of a stream, really. And the only reason we really came over this side was to help Will find Karlak. But now that we're here, there's some people out here, you know, survivors, holding off against the gnolls. They could be dead by the time we arrive, but we should try and rush and find them. It's just that we got such a kicking over here because the gnolls focused their attacks on Gale almost as exclusively as most monsters did in early access when they over-focused on vulnerable characters, that it was almost like we were playing on the harder difficulty setting. So for now, on this side of the river, I'm going to go back and confront the paladins. I'm going to try and see if we can rescue any people here, and after that I'm coming straight back across the river to this side again, where there's more level appropriate stuff. I don't think this will get us a level, but we will have a very hard time, and may need to rest so many times that trying to rescue anyone seems highly impractical. Also, I know there's a heavy boulder down here that can be moved, that might have loot behind it. I don't think Lae'zel was able to do it in early access. Karlak probably can. There's a ladder here which we can use to approach them from an unexpected angle rather than coming in through the front door. We'll probably still come in through the front door anyway. The priestess isn't, the healer lady isn't out here. And I imagine when we walk in through the front door and say hello, they're not going to be too pleased to see Karlak there with us. In fact, the conversation could go rather poorly, but let's find out together.
You brought her here. We won't survive another assault. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us.
What if she's
Please.
wrong?
We just want to go home.
I'll try and use insight first before reverting to mindflayer powers. Don't I have a scroll I can use for this? But I suspect that's for mindflayer power, not... Yeah. I'll help myself to this one, rather than having Shadowheart assist me. There we go. This will probably be very helpful.
There's something in the squint of his eye. You suspect he's lying.
Leave them in peace. What, just step back and see how she handles it? Enough of this charade. I know who you really are. No, I don't. I just know he's lying.
Enough. Enough. I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlak, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Sadly, I already did.
This was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now, and I'm never going back.
And it's all kicking off, and we're back outside again. Okay, so Hunter's Mark can't be ideal. Outmatched. You can always... Yeah! So apparently they're too tough for us. Are they? Level 5. Okay, goodness, this is going to be a bit of a challenge, isn't it? Especially as there's supposed to be a couple more of them. Right. I don't think she'll let us run away. What I can do, however, is say, hey, you, pal. No, come on. I'm not trying to shoot on the roof. Sure, we'll just throw this out for now. And back around the corner because of that Hunter's Mark spell. Do we have a duration on that, by the way? Until long rest. Oh, that's really bad. Wait. But this is only against the person who casts the spell.
Fuck yes.
Alright, lady. Steady on. Okay, get really angry. That may be really dumb. We'll see. Can't reach destination. Yes, I bloody can. Right. The destination is inside here.
Jimmy on the go.
And now, she needs to attack someone to maintain rage, right? Yeah, I don't care about disadvantage. I'm just going to shoot him. Don't even need to hit. Just need to attack. And I believe that's all good. Okay. I'm going to cast a Bless as a level 2 spell. And I'm going to target every... No, I can't do these ones. I have to do these ones. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yeah, guidance less useful in this fight. That's concentration, so conflict. No need... I'll take that back. Healing is required. How did she get damaged? Please tell me going into rage didn't only increase her maximum hit points. That would be very dumb. Right, Shadowheart. Hey look, there's a person you can get. Give it a try.
Strike hard, strike
Oh. Please tell me no spear boost. Good, because that would be stupid. Alright. Okay, he got an extra attack. 3 attacks. That's a lot of attacks. Ugh, that's bad. So if she doesn't attack, she'll lose her frenzy, right? So... No, he's right there, man. Through the door. You know, like... Yeah, doesn't like that. Okay. I mean, we could do that, right? Not ideal. So then. Is there a ranged weapon? Trident maybe, but probably no. So. It's close combat. Just go for this for now. Alright, so we want to be heading in here and helping. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to right click on her and examine. We're going to look at hold person. Can't move or take actions, bonus actions or reactions. Attacks against the enemy are always critical hits if the attacker is within 10 feet. So there's no way of dispelling that then. He says, going to check. Can it be cast outside of combat? Not what I was looking for. Disease, poison, paralysis, or blindness? There we go. She's back in the game. And also actually fucked on. So, yeah. This won't help much. But it's better than nothing.
Ready for another round?
Right, so we got to obviously drink a potion. Try slog back. She is not. She's still dazed. Probably shouldn't be attacking then. Probably shouldn't make a reckless attack either. It's the kind of daft thing she might do. Okay, hold on. Prepare. what actually? Didn't... Right. Not moving. We are attacking. Excellent. There we go. That's done a pretty good job to him, actually.
Got to keep fighting.
So if we move up a little, we don't need to be close to do this. We'll go level 2, because she is absolutely knackered. And how far can we get with this movement? Can we get? So we can't get all the way. This is very unhealthy for us as a group, by the way, especially with that up there. So what we want to do is... Ooh. Ideally, I'd want to cast Inflict Wounds on Anders, but I couldn't reach him and the door was in the way anyway. I wonder if I could have stood there, closed the door, and moved the remaining distance through the space it occupied, or if Jaria would have blocked that completely. Regardless, then, I mean, I could blast him. 70%, do it. Oh, so close. Oh well, I'll take it. It is what it is. Excellent. You target. What? Please tell me it has a critical hit, because Divine Smite, so he is a paladin. What a fucking light. A paladin with 3 attacks. That is well dodgy. Is he like a fighter with a feat that lets him have extra attacks? I'm not sure. So that broke that spell. That's good. We could walk up to here and use an ability to say, "Lady, get back on your feet." He's extremely grateful, or we could just blast this guy. There we go. And then step around the corner to break line of sight to the archer over there. Alright, she's angry. She can drink a potion. She can run over here and hit someone with disadvantage from being dazed. That's a much easier target.
I'm going to enjoy this.
That was their Cyril, the healing lady, wasn't it? Okay.
Finish this.
And then we'll just say, "Lady, get back up on your feet." And you nasty person. How about... Yeah, that's low odds. Excellent. And then move up and threaten. With a bloody big spear. Right, obviously that was all very nasty. We're... Oh, out of level 2 slots. Yeah, this is... We're going to have to rest again. Okay, she should now be too busy to fight anyone else. What was our other second level spell? We cast a level 2 healing word. Oh, level 2 bless. Got it. Yep. Yep. That's why we're not going to be able to cast Prayer of Healing after this fight unless Shadowheart does it. Okay, that was quite nasty, but it did miss. And her... Oh, Hunter's Mark again. Excellent. Point blank shot. Insane. Right, you, lady. You are a nasty, horrible villain who should be killed. And you've only got 1 hit point. And now he gets some temporary hit points of his own.
My turn.
Right. We're going to have to rest anyway, so... We only get 1 frenzy. Can't cost... Rage ends early. Yeah. Rage charge is right there. Once per long rest. Yeah, no, wait. So why can't I... Oh, do I have to wait for this... Oh no, she is. Okay, that makes more sense. And we get some damage. Bonus action, sure. I didn't have to confirm it, I just had to target it. Well, that was an obvious mistake. She attacked the floor. And... out of combat, yeah, sure, we can do this. No target. There's a target right there. Oh, I thought that was Shadowheart. Right, okay.
Onward.
Better than nothing. So not really the healer you pretend to be if you're dealing with acid and poison.
No time to waste.
Let's get ourselves a straight line and say, Dark One's blessing was nice. Let's see if we can do that again. And now for the piece de resistance. No, she's right in front of you, you stupid lady. Right in front. There we go.
Fuck them. Fuck Thariel. I won't go back. I'm never going back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash.
Easy, Karlak. Those flames are getting hot.
Not big enough. Now get out before you get hurt. Now!
No, we want to loot this place. Oh, we better hurry. She's setting fire to it all. That's actually really bad because we want to get down into the cellar.
Fuck you!
Is she literally attacking everything?
I'm never going back.
And she didn't benefit from the healing, is she? She's clearly still in the party. So there must be an area on it. Okay, she's just attacking things now, not burning everything. Oh, no, don't close the door, lady. You're in a burning room. Don't lock yourself in with the fire. Unbridled Wrath, one more turn apparently. Okay, now she's just running hot. So she might be a little bit more controllable.
That ought to do it. Whew. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look?
That's not how you spell ingot, and you know it. I want to swap characters for a moment. Can you, like, heal her up before she takes any more damage? Because if she's going to take 9 more damage, she's going to pass out. How do you look? Like you should have melted a long time ago. How can you stand it?
Honey, I could go all night.
I don't believe you, but...
Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close, till I've found a way to calm it down.
How the hell did you get an infernal engine for a heart?
High pain tolerance, and a dynamic duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins. They let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him.
Oh, I think we've met. I wonder if they meant Damon, a tiefling weaponsmith who's not a mechanic but says he's seen those kind of things.
A weaponsmith, huh? Not sure if he's the guy, but I'd love to find out. A tune-up would do this rusty heart a world of good.
Or actually having a heart. Right, so I'm gonna have a short rest button
I'll fill that one later.
just straight away, because she might still take damage. Let's look at the things we've picked up. So, magic dagger, we'll find someone useful for that. Wizard bane oil. Coat your weapon in oil. Its targets receive a -3 penalty to spell attack rolls and spell save DC and disadvantage on saving throws for maintaining constitution for 2 turns. Obviously this is something to give to Karlak or Lae'zel or someone else who's going to be a heavy duty frontliner. Copper, yeah, just a ring. An open letter on oppression of... Okay, we've got that, yeah. Dagger. Scroll of mirror image. Scale, mail armor. So we'll send that her way. Sword of Justice. Tyr's protection. He did claim to be a paladin of Tyr. So again, I should have examined... I still can. Gale can absorb it. Probably not ideal. Leather armor. We'll send that to Will. Send that his way as well. So we're going to go inside. And... Level 5 human, Sword of Tyr. Now, this could again be, you know, his original pre-reveal description to prevent a player from examining him and find out he's like blatantly evil, right? I mean, now he's just a corpse. Let's go downstairs.
Ugh. I'll never get used to the stench of death.
So, here is a dead body. We have an item.
In nocte concilium.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Toll collector, Martin.
Now I think in early access we could learn from him that the so-called Paladins of Tyr came in here and killed everyone in the toll collection station. How did you die?
Goblins. Laughing.
Ah, okay.
Cutting.
No, I think he had that line before. Why were you down here in the cellar?
Hiding. Frightened.
Were you alone when you died?
Gods abandoned me and Vance.
Ah. We know what happened to Vance. And we have a key. Now, there are traps down here. There are plenty of them. This is the kind of highly trapped area that would benefit from Shadowheart or...
Wits and blades always sharp.
a certain pale-skinned elf who is currently not with us. Sure, she could do with a little extra focus. Okay, that's not a good sign. Who hasn't had a chance to find these things yet? I mean, this would appear to blatantly be another trap.
Trap.
Ah, there we go.
Be cautious.
Now, I believe these traps don't trigger by proximity or by
Something
stepping
over
on
there.
things. I believe they are triggered by doing something specific down here. What could that something be?
No chance I'll fit through that.
Oh, hello. So what you're saying is somebody small could fit through there. No, just... Lady, walk on the floor. Ah. Okay. We don't have a trap kit now, do we? So I definitely want to reroll. And remember to add a bonus this time. Didn't mean to double click, but it expedited the process. That's what expedited it. Sped it up, rather. Now, we probably want to search the entire place. Because we might find something like that. It's like playing an Elder Scrolls game. You want to absolutely search every container before leaving a location that might contain treasure. Remember, we have not detected this trap and cannot interact with it yet. Broken padded armor. I wonder if it can be repaired. Looks like that's a no. So it's just low quality gear.
I'll go this way.
Well, that's not a good sign, is it?
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Ah, okay. I'm glad someone spotted the trap.
Looks like a trap there.
Got it. Oh no, we appear to have 4. Breaking one won't be the end of the world. So there is obviously something behind this wall. And I believe it was opening that secret door that would trigger all the traps down here.
Trap. So much for a warm welcome.
Let's go. Now overall these traps aren't too challenging to disarm. I don't know if we're just like jamming little pebbles in the slots or putting a cloth over them, but something to prevent them from leaking forth whatever horrific substance is supposed to issue from the depths beneath those holes. Now, let's keep opening stuff. I will obviously be examining these things at my leisure once I'm safely out of this location. And yeah, you know what? Those there were a little too dark to see. I may need to adjust light settings after all. Ah, nice big wooden desk with a pot of ink and a quill on it. And there's another. No books in the row of books. How very disappointing. No books in the stack of books. Again, disappointing. Something under the table.
All cleared out.
No, it's not. It's right here. Right. How about this? We drag it out.
An empty box. If I were a cat, this would be a great find.
Oh, now that is so true. So at this point, we obviously have two thrones here, and it's pretty obvious what we need to do.
I'd love
Garlic,
to,
have a
thanks.
sit down, lady. Yeah, don't look at it, sit on it. Will. Be a decent fellow, would you? Take a seat. And there we go.
Tread carefully. There's a trap.
There's no time to waste.
Right, now bear with me just one moment. I'm back. What needed to be done was done. Yeah, so my father came downstairs and he couldn't sleep, and he decided to work on his computer behind me in the same room. And he said I could just continue and it would be fine, but I didn't want to disturb him, and I knew it wouldn't be quite so fine, and it kind of killed the mood a bit anyway. So that was last night. This is tonight. And I've got a dentist appointment early in the morning, so I probably don't want to go too long. But I'll at least clear out down here before wrapping up the episode. So let's continue with Shadowheart attempting to disarm these traps. Whatever kind of nasty trap it is, it's worth preventing it from... Oh. Ooh, right. Well. Okay. Heavy objects can be placed over vents to stop anything dangerous exploding forth. So we could literally chuck something onto this vent. But that would involve moving close enough to trigger this. So I'm going to try again. Used up a trap disarm toolkit, but hey. So what is this? Is this fire and this grease, or the other way around? Oh, it's poison! Not just greasy gunk. Okay, that's helped with this one.
Trap.
Do we have... Wait for it. Poison, okay. No level 2s by the look of it. Okay, we don't have an easy way of protecting ourselves from poison. Let's just grab this quickly then. Throw up some more guidance. She's been reading those self-help books. Oh! Okay, this could be bad. No, it's just a loss of a thief's toolkit. Okay. That's much more like it. Working through these supplies though, we'll have to get some more at some point, and they are very expensive. But that... Okay, we can keep on it. Okay, the poison's gone, that's great. This wooden beam doesn't seem to be a trap. Let's see what other fine things are in this chamber. So, just in case any of them is particularly worth checking out, we should investigate everything and anything. And we're definitely going to be redistributing some of this weight. I'm aware there are a number of loose unattended items in the chamber. Come on, it's right here, look. There, see? Right there! Fool, right. No, it just won't let me interact with that one, okay. Great big chest. An agate. Really. And some coins, okay. Now, okay, bloodstone and agate, okay. Okay, look, we'll send that to Shadowheart because she's a nasty, horrible person. And we'll send this to Will, actually. This is an excerpt from a play A Pleasurable Deal, banned in no fewer than 4 cities for its lewd content. Its scandalous nature led to a number of widely distributed and illicit printings. A bit like the lusty Argonian maid in the Elder Scrolls series. Narrator. Come here, fair folk, a tale now lost to time. In grief this man well sunk to death's sublime. A gift he sought to win his lady's heart. Our Cambion smiled, for now the game did start. A Cambion being a male half-demon. Or devil. Whereas a female one would be an Alu fiend. See? I remember first edition. I bet they tried to gender neutralify it in 4th or 5th edition. Enter Robert, male tiefling, crying. Carlyle, stage right. Flash of smoke. Wait, isn't Robert Carlyle a famous name? Carlyle. Is Carlyle a man or a woman? I'm not sure. Weep not, young man, though free your wife has fled, and comfort found in comrade's arms and bed. She licked her lips and cries his name, oh my! And now seek you to be the apple of her eye? Robert. How does a stranger know such things, I ask? Carlyle. I watch you from the shadows, and I see your shame and grief for nature's malady. You seek to win your lady and her bed, to have your name upon her lips instead. Robert. You know my curse, my pain, my grief, my woe? Carlyle. Of you I know you seek a larger hoe, to plough fair maid, and sow a seed to grow, but lack do ye a mighty horn and mast, with which to guide a maid to bed and fast. He's saying he's got a tiny donger. Tiny little prick. And that he can help him achieve it. He's saying, you stupid prat, your wife left you because you got a tiny dick. Basically. And apparently everybody knows this, it's real easy to work it out. And that's just the beginning of the play. Well, let's light a few more candles. Ah, some metallic gauntlets. So, if we had spent lots of money... Hello, great big wooden chest. Hello, gloves of heroism. Warding hands. When you use your channel oaths, spells you gain heroism. So this is for a paladin. I see, which we do not currently have in the party, but that may change. Let's light up this. You know, keep illuminating the chamber, as it were. Take that healing potion, potion of greater healing, more coins, all good stuff. Now, what is that down there? Come on, what is it? It's right. Two-handed sword, apparently. And yes, we will avail ourselves of the contents of this central weapon rack. Is there anything else on it? We could pick up the book and sell it. No, I don't want to. I just want to do this.
Bet that'll fit in my pack.
I think it will, lady, because a lot of things are going to fit out of it. Now, there's a crossbow as well, and just in case. Right, I believe we're done down here. Let's step back outside. Shadowheart, you better follow to make this a little bit easier. Alright. We'll step away from the chest, from the seat. Same for you, Karlak. There we go. And that should close it again now they've moved away from the chairs. One of these traps out here is still active because we failed to detect it. I think it was this one. Or that one in the distant corner there. Oh yes, we got a burrow hole. We could examine that a little more closely. I think we would need to... I think that is... Ah, I see, it has been triggered. There we go. So, I think that hole might lead somewhere very dangerous, but we probably should not explore yet. And we might want to return here at a later date. Oh, there's a shield. Okay, excellent. And lots of containers. Most of these will probably be empty. More like set dressing. Hello. But if we are diligent enough, we might find not one, but two, but three potatoes, which kind of rhymes with hello really badly. Just being a little thorough on the way out. And there are people in the region which we would like to rescue. However, we took such a kicking dealing with Karlak's issue that we may have a... Look, it's hard, okay? We're in a not very level appropriate area, doing what we can. However, it does very much... What, we got some kind of heavy encumbrance now? Does feel like the correct thing to do. I'm not going to climb a ladder carrying all this heavy stuff. It's very heavy. Look. We know a couple of people who like using two-handed weapons, okay? One of them is with us right now. Send that to Will. I wonder, I just had an idea. Okay, so that is attacks of opportunity at half. That's something we should probably just give to Gale flat out, to be honest. Same as to her, although it might be nice to... Hello. Right, yeah. Still not so sure on that one, because, again, clerics don't get martial weapon proficiency unless maybe tier allows some kind of war priest. Right. We still want to go... Okay, we'll just dump this on her as well. A little bit of redistribution. A rotten carrot, that's not ideal. Okay, okay. Still got to go a bit, I see. Fine. Look, she's a big angry lady with big angry muscles. Let's give her loads of stuff.
Let's march.
And even put this in her hands, as it will be slightly better. And look a little bit more fanciful and colourful. Will this mess with armour class? Yes, it will. So that will count as armour. Interesting. So if we're going to give her those, we're going to want some kind of body armour as well. Bigger than... And it would be body armour bigger than a 3-point bonus. So slightly. Not proficient. Okay, that's an issue. So we'd want to find something... So yeah, it's going to be tricky to find good, decent defensive gear for her. But that's probably intended, right? She's playing a difficult balancing act. Which is very heavy on the offense. Right. Now then. What else can we offload? Let's give a couple of goblin bows to Will. And give him a third one too. What's this? Goblin is drawing. Okay, it's not a weapon. It's not heavy. Speaking of things, though, that we could redistribute. There we go. I want to hold on to these for now. So if I send a couple of swords out. Okay, better than nothing. So, lots of hard fights. Crates upstairs we might want to go look into. And a body here we blatantly want to... When it finishes loading... Where are you going, game? There's a doorway right here. Doorway on the floor. For goodness sake. No. No, on the floor. What are you doing, you silly woman? There, see? It's right here. Much better. Oh, look. We can still do this. I wonder what would happen if we did this while they were still here.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Infernal servant. So long I've forgotten. Why?
Well, at least that clarifies things slightly. You killed a pack of gnolls. How?
The pact. Power.
A pact? Which devil did you deal with?
Fallen. Lady Zaria.
Why would you sign a pact with a devil? He's already forgotten why. How did you die?
Zariel's brute destroyed me.
Let's just leave him. Let him rest. Take those supplies though. And that coin. And that plate. Come on, come on. There's a cup. And another. Come on, I see. But another plate. Keep taking plates. And come on, you. Cup right there. What's in here? Not Narnia. It says shabby wardrobe. I made a wardrobe joke. Deal with it. And the other pair. No. I'm trying to walk past the dead man. Poor people. Oh, a bedroll, so we could sleep here. Possibly not, actually. What else is here that Karlach didn't destroy in her ferocious rage of conflagration? Is that it? Okay, and a two-handed hammer. I'm sure someone can have some fun with that. For now, though, let's just... Oh, and there's a ladder out here, isn't there? Right. Come on. And a little bit of roof. And I already said I didn't particularly fancy climbing ladders while over encumbered, so... let's send some more stuff about. Oh, right. Yeah, so, there we go. It's well worth giving this to someone, but not quite sure who yet. Well, up we go. We've probably... Oh! Right, yeah. I don't want to sit on it, I just want to... Here's a rotten tomato. Another copy of that. We'll take that. How do we get to that? Is it inside here? Or is there another way up? Okay, so there must be another way up inside there, which is probably destroyed. Right, okay. I'll have that plate. Just justify our coming up here. And I imagine there's no way up to there. No decent way anyway. Right. Yeah, that looks like it's all pretty much destroyed that way up. Okay. So the gnolls are still threatening those who survived the ambush and are hiding out in the... Hello.
The corpse remains silent.
Yeah, some of them will do that if you blatantly killed them. Hold it. Findings on the Hinterlands, new edition. Esteemed reader, while this journal is no stranger to surprising news from the utmost reaches of our fair land, I must warn that this season's edition contains news some might find, in a word, shocking. It might be that the cult of the Absolute reported by our agents in Eltogard will fade like any other, But reports of alliances between Goblin and Lolf-sworn Drow, Troll and Duergar are a particular cause for alarm. The seriousness of the enclosed report is quite unique in our history. Prior to publication, messengers were sent to localities including Baldur's Gate, Scornubel and Candlekeep. Let us hope these reports are received with a proper gravity for the safety of all. Sincerely, Mingus Etchley, Editor-in-Chief. What a minger. Now, of course, back in the 1980s, we all pronounce this Duergar, obviously. But it is actually the Duergar are... I mean, obviously it comes from the Old Norse Dvergar, with a V instead of a U. However, Duergar is the Norfolk pronunciation, Norfolk being northeast of England, a bit further north than Yorkshire. And in local Norfolk folklore, it is said that when the Vikings came over and started invading our lands, they brought things with them, including the Duergar, which decided to stay. And they are not particularly friendly to the locals. So, many dead not. I wonder.
The corpse remains silent.
Shame. I could have got their side of the story. Now, we're running very low on resources, so unfortunately we're going to have to rest again, which should realistically reduce the possibility of finding these people alive. But I suspect that might not be the case, because it is just so deadly. Now, that being said, of course, we are under-leveled for this threat. We should have come here a little bit later, and we only did this as a special favour to Will. But now we know that there's someone in danger, we should try to help them. We should also blatantly rest, because we are well and truly cacked on. And we arrive right in front of Karlak. Let's see if there's anything she wants to say.
Why are we slowing down?
How do you note such a contraption in your chest? Probably not a... Let's wait till we know her better. So not only do you have this thing in your chest, but it's burning up. What does this infernal engine do to you? I'd like to hear how you ended up fighting the Blood War. Yeah, I should probably go back to the Druid's Grove and see the blacksmith and see what he can say about this. In your expert opinion, what's the best way to kill a devil? Now that those paladins are out of your way, what's next on your agenda?
First things first, I need to get this engine tuned up. Thing's powerful, but it's been feeling volatile ever since I left the Hells. Can't be too hard to find an infernal mechanic round here, right?
Now, Karlak uses a lot of very modern sounding army slang to try and make her sound like a soldier. It doesn't quite work. It doesn't make her sound like a soldier in this medieval, well, pseudo-medieval setting. And it comes across as a bit crass and forced at times. I think it's supposed to make her come across as more endearing and likeable, but it doesn't quite do it for me. It comes across as being a bit abrasive, due to the way that it feels a bit forced and unnatural for this setting. Then again, she's from another world, another plane of existence, where she's had a very different kind of life. Maybe they speak very differently there. Isn't where I thought... let's just leave all this for now. Visit everyone, see if they got anything special to say. And hope we don't regret it.
Karlak's temper is a sight to behold. She'll need to be careful. That rage will burn her right out.
Oh, those slim tempers were not good. So, ooh, that replaced normal conversation. Clicking again would probably bring back conversation, but hey. I'm not particularly sure we want to talk to any of these people massively just yet. I would like to know if this portion of the camp ever gets used for something, because it currently looks like a little bit of a chapel, doesn't it? Looks like a little bit of a private space off the side. It would have almost made sense if Old Man Withers stayed there rather than down by the beach. Then again, remember, we don't always get this campsite. Other campsites are available depending on where we are at the time.
Karlak's all fire and fury. I pray to the Triad it doesn't consume her.
How does it feel to be a devil? No. Leave it for now. I'm not sure I should speak to Gale yet at the moment either. Okay, so Shadowheart gets a pointer. If I go way off track, does anyone else? Okay, yes for Will. So I'm just checking if the portraits for... Because when, for instance, Gale was off screen on the edge of the map there, Will got a pointer, Gale didn't. So then that's Will and Shadowheart. Maybe they have conversations I should be having right now, since they're getting indicators and no one else is.
May the darkness protect you.
I want to talk about your worship of Shah.
I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
So we've got two persuasions. I have no problems with Shah worshippers. I'm a worshipper of Illithid. Shah is about mystery and secrets and torture and forgetting and nastiness. Illithid probably wouldn't agree with that. I can't say I've got no problems with worshippers of Shah, but look, we're in the same boat. You should try trusting me. It's only a 10. I'm not going to use guidance to boost it. I'll just take the roll and see how it goes. There we are. I may regret asking.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her?
You just told me. Honestly, your favour is your own concern. You won't judge one way or the other. Remind me. She doesn't sound very appealing going by her titles. I've heard Shah worship is vilified by many, forbidden outright in parts.
Well, if that troubles you, perhaps you should fetch the bailiff to arrest me. Ah, but there's no bailiff here, is there? Just leagues of wilderness and the dangers lurking within. We're in this together, but I'll happily go it alone. My faith will keep me company.
Not where I thought that might lead. That's not an accusation, that's not condemning, that's just saying, well, you asked what I know. Might not be able to talk to her about that again later on. And she seemed to clam up a bit then, but she didn't seem to... Some are blue, some are green. What does that mean? Who is that? That's Karlak, that's Will. Okay. I suspect blue means they've got something to... Or it just means they're in the party at the moment. It might be we're only getting off-screen indicators for people who are in the party because they're in the party. In which case, I will go and rest. Right, we got loads of grub, let's do something with it. A haggis. Bloody hell. Some Waterdavian cheese. Courgette. Is that an apple with that? Oh, too far. Oh, it didn't split the apples, I see, right. Have a cabbage. Anything that'll be free. Anything for 3 points. Why, yes. Let's split. And some Esmeltar red. There we go. Will something happen during the night? So far, we appear to all just have a peaceful night's sleep. There are things that we can do that will increase the chance of nighttime events, but for now, those things are not being done. Let's head back out to the road and say, hey, come on, Raph, mate, you've got a dentist appointment in like 10 hours' time. Stop recording, get this uploaded, and go to bed. Oh, and she wants to talk. Possibly about the conversation we had recently. Will she be hostile? Let's find out.
There's something I've been wanting to share with you, if now's a good time.
Well, it's a good time to get rid of that giant exclamation mark over your head that makes you look like an MMO character. You're voluntarily telling me about yourself? Are you feeling unwell? Is it the tadpole? What's brought this on? Okay. This shows concern, but it might make her feel uncomfortable. This also is a little more confrontational, might make her feel uncomfortable, just to dismiss it. Alright, look, just tell me. I'll listen.
It's difficult to put into words. I think it might be easier to just show you.
It's the thing on her hand, isn't it?
Use the tadpole. The connection. Come into my mind.
I'm not going to ask what I'm going to see. She probably doesn't want the others to hear about it. She probably doesn't want to show me. Are you sure?
I'm sure. I trust you.
Very well. In that case, I'll trust you enough to be willing to share with me without asking and questioning too much first. Cleric must have faith, after all.
I don't remember how it started. Only how it ended. I was fleeing.
Let's see what she has to show us. That's a slightly different shaped scar to the one she usually has. Is that her or someone else? Could still just about be her. We're missing the scar on the bridge of the nose. Wolves don't generally attack people.
She asked my name. Can't remember what I said. Can't remember anything before those words. All I know is she saved my life and gave me a new home with Lady Shah. It hurts. That's all I remember.
Something sparks in your memory about Selûnite rites of passage.
Oh yes.
You heard once about how they would send their children out into the wilds to navigate their way home.
We even read about it in the book. Now, this ties in... Right, so, there's stuff in the Goblin Village related to Shadowheart that may relate to her childhood. There's a ruined orphanage in the village which is overrun by goblins, and there used to be something we could find there in early access that would... She'd comment on that Maybe something about her childhood or past. No wonder you're so dedicated, Shah. You feel like you owe your life to her. You looked like you were wearing a moonstone. Isn't that commonly worn by Selûnites? Now, the other thing is the mark on her hand, right, which flares up at times of stuff, you know, it seems to only happen in relation to religion, and it didn't happen in the old chapel of Selûne. Almost like it's an allergic reaction to other faiths, something reminding her. Thank you for sharing that with me, and I will go for this. I'll push ever so slightly to plant the idea. You look like you were wearing a moonstone. Isn't that commonly worn by Selûnites?
You're reading too much into things. A childhood bauble, that's all. Just because Selûnites claim something doesn't mean they own it.
No wonder you're so dedicated to Shah. You feel like you owe your life to her.
Lady Shah. But yes, her and those who saved me and taught me her ways. The Mother Superior. She made me who I am. At least as best as I can remember. She taught me, trained me, punished me when I failed her. Which was often.
I don't think it was a failure. I think it was the will of Selûne trying to protect you. Now, it's important to notice that she wasn't comfortable sharing with us an image of the High Priestess's face. Fans have theorized that High Priestess was Viconia, a very, very evil, nasty drow character from Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 who lots of people liked having in their party because they were the same kind of people who liked Morrigan in Dragon Age Origins. And Shadowheart seems to appeal to the same crowd. Sounds more like abuse. Yeah, but she's not likely to take... That's likely to provoke more hostility. Even if at some point she may need to see this. It must have been very important. No, Elistrade does think we should help people out of situations like this. That sounds like abuse.
Abuse? Nonsense. The Mother Superior made me strong. For the Dark Lady.
You have an interesting concept of strength. And we're now out of that conversation and back to the central hub. I'm going to hold off on these for a little while, but I appreciate her sharing with me. I didn't get to thank her. But still. That is now probably a good place to leave the episode. In terms of overall length and, well, more me getting a decent night's sleep. So I'm going to bid you all a fond farewell and hope to see you all in the very next episode. I'm going to say goodbye for now and cheerio everyone. See you all next time.